Hello. So for my series of Dells videos, I've been mostly focusing on the higher Dells or the Zekvir fights. But when you've got a few different tunes, and you want to do the every week, you want to get your 8 done and do them at bountiful level, right at 8, so you can get gear. As the 3 slots with 616 gear are pretty nice to see, then it becomes a little bit more about efficiency and getting through. So I'm going to, this is the first, I'll go through all my tunes this week and upload a video on how to get through with different classes and different specs, but try to minimize the time you have to spend in a delve since you got to do 8. So here I am taking my Frost DK through. We're going to do a 8 Dread Pit. Nothing too crazy on the spec. We're going to run Rider of the Apocalypse because it's pretty cool when all the riders come out. I like that. So let's give this a run and see if we can't make it as efficient as possible. Our choices for Bran, we're going to run him as healer. That does seem to work pretty good for all DPS specs. I think the only time I would change him to damage might be if you're taking a healer along. All right. Then Porcelain Arrowhead is a good choice, almost always. And Amorphous Relic gives you a nice bonus when you enter any combat. Okay, we are doing, let's see. Oh, this one's pretty simple. We're going to be rescuing some guys in cocoons. So let's go ahead and clear the first section. My DK is not overgeared. I'm only looking at 605. Alright, so a good tip for the Dread Pit when you're unwrapping cocoons is that cocoons that don't have a little fire coming out of them, because that is what the trapped victims will have. Then these are actually going to be, like this one you can see, there's no fire coming out. That is one of the mobs that wants to kill you there. It's not your friend. So it's a good tip a guildie posted up. We don't want either of these cocoons though, so might be nice to save a little time and just skip this right here. However, whoops, that Lord right there can see through stealth, so he will not be skippable with Invispot. Now, if you look at the cocoon right to my left there, you can see a little bit of, looks like flames coming out of it. So that is one of the guys we want to rescue.
Fantastic! There's treasure close by. Nice fight! It's too far away. That's more like it.
So in this case, it doesn't actually look like any of those cocoons are ones that we need to unwrap. But we do want to get the extra coin from killing the empowered pack, so.
Nice fight!
So that guy right up there where my cursor is, that one we do need to unwrap. So I don't actually see another one until, well, actually, maybe this one is right here. Oh, look, we have a friend. So, key to Zekvir's little appearances is not to panic. You do want to interrupt his spittle. Once he hits about 60% or so, then he usually goes away. So you just want to dodge his attacks and not panic. But what is the great thing is he leaves behind prizes. So in this case, we have a Delver's Bounty, which will give you a hero piece of gear in the chest at the end, which is always welcome. Also note that I don't play Frost on my DK very often. He's just what I like to use to tank, so I am not an expert at Frost DK play. But I can say Riders of the Apocalypse this time around is pretty damn fun spec. It's good. Oh, it's kind of odd. Bran definitely scales differently, and his aggro is different depending on what class you bring. Even though I take mostly DPS tunes into the delves, I notice that Bran, when I'm on my Frost DK, seems to grab and hold aggro a little more. Let's see if we can skip around all these guys here.
Fantastic.
The Dread Pit here, and all the scenarios it has, I think, is normally a pretty straightforward one. So if you're trying to work through your weekly stack of delves, I would definitely do Dread Pit. Even some days, if you're in the Ringing Deeps and his waterworks, you don't particularly feel like dealing with that one because it is a little longer, a little more difficult, then you might skip it and wait till it rotates around to this, because we do get the full week, right, to get through all 8, assuming that's what your goal is.
That's more like it.
Alright, the final boss here, he's pretty simple. He does have a frontal that will kill you, so don't stand in it. And then he does an attack where he moves after you, but it's pretty easy to keep backing away. See, here's a good example. Bran is, I opened all my cooldowns and Bran had aggro there still. For the DK, you can nullify the Stinging Swarm AoE with your anti-magic shell. See, his burrowing attack is pretty slow moving. It'll do a little bit of damage to you if you get hit by it, but it's not horrible. see, I got hit by it, so it did do look like 40% of my health, but there we go. Nothing too crazy. And a hero belt. Alright. That is Dread Pit. Fairly quick, very easy. So I do recommend this one if you're going through your delve quests every week on your different characters. This is definitely one you should take a couple minutes to run through because it's quick to knock off the checklist there.